you borrow 5 Tamil books, you can get this beautiful tote bag, okay? With your 5 books borrowed, you are entitled to this free tote bag from the National Library Tamil Library Services. So please increase their readership numbers. Go borrow those Tamil books for yourself, for your family members, and get this book. Okay, so I'll be back in a while with the guest of honor prize. Shall we all rise and give a very, very warm welcome to our guest of honor, Mr. Vikram Nair, Member of Parliament for Sembawang GRC. Welcome, sir. Thank you. A very warm welcome to our guest of honor once again to the P-Series book launch event. 11 books, one journey, a new conversation on human development. Please take a seat, everyone. Hi, my name is Hui Suan, and it's an honor and privilege to host this special event. Today we are not just launching a series, we are actually launching a journey of awareness, growth, and transformation. In an age that is defined by speed, complexity, and constant change, this work invites us to return to something fundamental: clarity of mind, depth of understanding, and conscious living. We are gathered here to celebrate the launch of the P-Series, 11 books that together form a roadmap for human development and emotional mastery. We are especially honoured to have Mr. Vikram Nair, MP for Sembawang GRC. Thank you for gracing this occasion, sir. And our guests here, I warmly welcome you, our respected leaders, our supporters, and many of you are seekers of growth as well. And every one of you, you are here to contribute to the significance of this moment. And now, to kick off our program for this afternoon, may I invite Ms. Joyce Kingsley, a community leader, an entrepreneur, a good friend to many of us here, and of course the sister-in-law of Dr. Joseph Anand, to give the opening address. Joyce, please.
Mr. Vikram Nair, MP for Sembawang GRC, Mr. Alagya Pandian, Deputy Director, Tamil Language Services NLB, distinguished guests, family and friends. Thank you so much for making time on a Sunday afternoon, the most sleepiest part of the day, right? But thank you. We're really, truly grateful for your presence and support today. I find no words to thank you all, feeling blessed to have all your support, and special thanks to Mr. Vikram Nair for accepting my invitation and for being present despite your busy schedule. Thank you to NLB for the beautiful venue sponsorship, and I must thank my friends Nimi, Bhuvaneswari, Huiswan for all the assistance that you are giving today. Thank you so much. So it is a rare privilege to stand before an audience of such depth, experience and influence, and to introduce an individual whose life's work speaks meaningfully to all of us gathered here today. We live in a time where success is often measured by scale, by speed and visibility, but every once in a while we encounter someone who reminds us that the greatest journeys are not outward, they are inward. Dr. Joseph Anand is one such individual. With over 4 decades of professional excellence in the global energy and oil and gas industry, he has led complex multi-billion-dollar projects across continents, earning the trust of organizations, teams, and stakeholders at the highest levels. His academic and professional credentials are formidable: an engineer, an MBA, a Master in Applied Positive Psychology, a PhD in Coaching Psychology, a globally credentialed coach. But today, it is not about his qualifications, it is about his evolution. Because beyond the world of engineering, precision, and project execution, Dr. Joseph chose to explore a deeper question. What does it truly mean to be a human? And in seeking that answer, he did not withdraw from the world. He engaged with it more consciously. As a facilitator, coach, and speaker, he has guided leaders, professionals, and individuals across walks of life to develop not just competence, but awareness. Not just success, but meaning. Not just achievement, but alignment. His work is rooted in a powerful belief that emotional intelligence is not a soft skill, it is the foundation of wise leadership, resilient living, and conscious growth. What makes Dr. Joseph truly unique is not just what he teaches, but how he enables others to see themselves more clearly, to see their patterns, their potential, and their purpose. And in that seeing, transformation begins. These books that we launch today are not merely a collection of words. It is a reflection of a life deeply examined, a journey of inquiry, experience, and insight offered generously to all of us. Please join me in welcoming a distinguished professional, a respected thought leader, a guide in the journey of self-discovery, and above all, a true seeker, Dr. Joseph Anand. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joyce, for those kind words, gracious introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable Member of Parliament, Mr. Vikram Nair, distinguished guests, respected leaders, friends, and all those who are really seeking answers to some burning questions in your lives. It's a privilege to stand before you. I'm actually humbled, as well as I'm deeply aware of the journey that has brought us all together this moment. As Joyce mentioned, today is not a launch of a bunch of books. It's unveiling of a framework which has evolved over years of reflection, experiment, research, and most importantly, inquiry. There was a time in my life when everything on the outside looked fine, like most of us do. Loving family, great fulfilling career, excellent friends. Despite some usual ups and downs in life, like most of us experience, it was a comfortable life. But inside, there was a quiet restlessness. Not broken, not dramatic, just incomplete. I remember asking myself, is this what truly means to live well? On autopilot? Having a nice life? Not really exciting in the sense challenges. It's not a question that born out of crisis, but out of incompleteness. That's when my journey began, of a deeper inquiry. Around that time, my late wife, Viviana, a positive psychologist, an amazing person, some of you know her, a great soul. She was going through challenging times. Yet, I have not seen anyone who has gone through that kind of challenges stay positive. Such an amazing person, I've learned so much from her. She used to say, at the peak of her health crisis, she said, people don't struggle because life is hard. They struggle because they don't understand their inner world. You all agree? At that time, I didn't fully understand what she meant. But life has a way of teaching us. Through moments of uncertainty, through loss, through reflection, I began to see that the real challenge of life is not managing what's outside. It is understanding who we are inside. And yet, paradoxically, this is one domain for which we receive the least structured guidance. Be it in a family, or in our education institutions, or among friends. How many of us really talk about who we are from the inside? We are taught to succeed, how to compete, how to achieve, but we are not taught how to respond to pressure, how to deal with uncertainty, how to navigate relationships, how to find meaning beyond achievement. My journey of seeking began not as an academic pursuit alone, but as a personal exploration, one that led me deeper into emotional intelligence, psychology, awareness, and ultimately into the structure of human experience itself. The P series 11 books I was sharing with one of the lady here. Actually, I started writing some other book. It's called The Emotional Intelligence EQ Advantage in the Era of AI. The publisher of those set of 4 books was a bit behind than the publisher of this P series book. So P series books came out first. I didn't set out to write 11 books. Actually, I set out to write one book. The first book was Pause. Many a times in meetings and even in conversations, many of you would have experienced. Many of us have the habit of listening to respond, not listening to understand. Many a times we miss the beauty of the world by not pausing. Yeah? So I started writing the book called Pause. How important it is to pause in whatever you are doing. Each one of those 11 books is simple in its expression, but profound in its intention. Each book stands on its own, addressing a specific dimension of life, and yet together they form a roadmap, the pathway of human development. It begins with pause, because without pause there is no awareness. From that pause we move to the presence, learning to truly be where we are. How many of us actually be present? How many of us are listening to me but actually thinking of something else? Maybe today you are paying attention to what I'm saying, but many a time we zoom out. From presence emerged positivity, not as a forced optimism. I'm not talking about optimism in the book, but as a conscious orientation towards positive self. Then we explore perception. How we see the world shapes what we experience. And paradoxes. Understanding that life is not always linear, but often contradictory. You will find in my books, in paradoxes, in daily life, there are so many paradoxes we struggle with. How do we live with the paradoxes in life? From there, we expand to perspective, the ability to step back and see the larger picture. Like sometimes you would have heard the phrase, missing the forest for the trees. And then into pain, not as something to avoid. Pain is not avoidable, but something to understand. Alongside pain, we explore pleasure, not as indulgence, but as balance. And then we arrive at purpose, not as something external to chase, but something internal to discover. And ultimately peace, not as an absence of challenges, but a state of alignment within. All this culminates in the final expression, I call it LIFE, capital LIFE is an acronym. Living intentionally for excellence, the best version of yourselves manifested. I would say the purpose of being here, if you believe in incarnation or if you don't, what is the purpose of being here is to become a better version of ourselves. But these books are not theories. They are reflections of lived experience, questions I've asked, moments I've struggled through, lessons life has quietly taught me. We stand today at a remarkable point in the human history. Technology is advancing at an unprecedented pace. Artificial intelligence is reshaping industries, decisions, possibilities. The world is becoming more capable, more efficient, more intelligent, and yet it invites a deeper question. Are we, as human beings, evolving with the same depth of awareness? Because intelligence without awareness accelerates movement but does not ensure direction. And the future will not be defined by capability alone, but by conscious capability. In one of the books, you will find that the challenges of AI and the concerns and anxiety of many of us about AI is addressed as well. In my humble opinion, AI can never replace a human being. The P series is my humble contribution to the possibility, not as answers, but as companions of moments of confusion, moments of difficulty, moments when life feels unclear. This is not the end. This is the beginning of a deeper way of living. Because in the end, life is not about what we achieve or even what we accumulate. It's about who we become. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you present here. Your presence signifies something important to me, that beyond achievement, there is shared willingness to grow. To the Honorable Member of Parliament, thank you for gracing this occasion. Your presence reinforces the importance of investing not just in economic or structural development, but in human development. I leave you with a simple reflection. We spend years learning how to build a life, but do we really learn how to experience it? Perhaps this work is a small step in that direction. May each of these books meet where you are and take you where you are meant to be. The world needs more conscious humans, and that begins with each one of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Joseph Anand. That was a deeply insightful speech. And he has definitely shown us that he's not just an author, as we all know by now, but really he has a coach's perspective. He's a thought leader, he's a wonderful speaker, and definitely a seeker of growth. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure and privilege to invite Mr. Vikram Nair, our guest of honor, to address us. Let's welcome him. Thank you.
Very good afternoon to everyone, and congratulations to Dr. Joseph Anand on this book launch. Now, actually, this is the first time I'm meeting Dr. Anand, but I think I've known Joyce for a long time, and she shared a write-up about the event and the books. And it's quite impressive. Most people do one book at a time, so to have 11 books being launched at once, there must have been a lot of work that went in the background. But you also touched on AI, and I think it's there are two different threads here, right? One is, I think AI is also in some ways fundamentally questioning what it is to be human, right? And we talk about books. Books are actually one of the things where many authors are actually feeling insecure now. And that's why authors are actually fighting for their rights, because if you train AI with all of John Grisham's books, he might be able to write the same way. So in fact, in the US, authors are now saying books have to be certified as human written. So I hope you put that there, human written. Other people may think you used AI, So it's important to realize that actually AI has tremendous capability, right? And I was talking to a person who was running a call center. And in the past, call centers, in the past, someone in Singapore will answer the phone, then it became someone in Philippines or someone in India. But now increasingly they are using AI. And for most of the standard answers, actually people can't really distinguish whether it's a human or AI. And in fact, they feel better with AI because I think AI is able to detect and respond without getting angry itself. Right? So you know that you are angry, but the AI isn't angry. Right? Whereas if you on the other side, you may both escalate. And it's only when you want to make an exception that they say you get the human in. But even then, they're training the AI with the human's decision making, right? So the human comes in and says, okay, I'll waive your fees for this month. Then the AI will know, okay, in this situation, I can waive the fees. So actually you'll find that AI can actually do more and more things. And then the question is, what is it to be human, right? And for a long time, I think like Dr. Anand mentioned, what is recognized, what gets rewarded economically quite often is people who can solve problems, people who think rationally and so on. But actually, all of this, a lot of these things, computers could do even before AI. So even before AI came, the best computers could defeat humans at chess, right? Even the grandmasters now, I think it was IBM's Deep Blue first. So that is just pure number crunching, right? But AI also brings in the ability, it started from large language models, but they bring in the ability to learn judgment as well, not just pure number crunching to come up with logical answers. So I think in some ways, we're looking at a different landscape. But in Singapore, I think we're not, our view is AI is still another tool, and you're not going to succeed by destroying it or pretending it's not there. As a legislator, I believe you need to have regulations, you need to have framework. So I'm one of those who was asking for social media to be banned for children below 16, and now a judgment has come out, so I'm going to push it a bit more. Because I think you need to have some boundaries with technology, but by and large you need to embrace and work with it. And then we come to what we mean by emotional intelligence. So I think like Dr. Anand asked him whether he's a psychologist, he says no, but I was married to one, and later on I learned psychology in the masters. So I'm also not a psychologist, but my mother's a psychologist, and one of the early ones, so I also had second-hand information on all these principles. And one of the things that I remembered very early on was actually, although people try to be logical, most decision-making is emotional, right? But emotions actually can be a shortcut that is developed from a lot of logical thinking, right? But it's just in your DNA, it's in your structure, right? And it could even be not just what you have developed yourself, but what came down generations down, right? That's why even in the world of animals, the prey will know which is the predator, even though it may not have parents, right? But somehow it's in the DNA, it knows that. So if you are angry at a situation, it's probably because that anger may have saved your ancestor a long time ago, right? In a similar situation. But understanding that sometimes what worked in a past situation may not work today, I think is important. So a lot of, I think, emotional intelligence training and all that, as far as I understand, is actually being aware of your responses. So, I haven't read your book, so I look forward to hearing your perspective on it. But I think by and large, this is the same for most professions as well. I've done law, I've done some banking, consulting and all that. And basically at junior level, you're picking up all the technical skills. But once you get to the senior level, it is almost always about managing clients, managing your team, and it's all about managing people, right? And if you want to get the best out of people, you have to understand them, what makes them tick, so that they will give their best. So I think leadership always requires emotional intelligence. Some people do it instinctively, but I think it is better, of course, if you have a coach, if you have someone to guide you, and I think we can all benefit from that. So I look forward to seeing what folks have to say, and hopefully we don't have control of the world we live in, and there's a lot of things going on in the world that are beyond our control. But you always have control of yourself and your actions, and if you focus on the things you can do, that's usually the best way to achieve impact. So thank you very much, Dr. Anand, for this project.
Thank you, Mr. Vikram Nair. Please remain on stage. While I invite Dr. Joseph Anand to join you for the book launch. So there's that mechanism over there, and whenever you are ready, you press that magic button. Yeah, that magic button. Yeah. So to the count of 3. Okay, are we ready? 3, 2.
Just a minute.
Oh, you need to do something? No? All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh, it's got 6. 2, 1. please remain on stage while I invite Miss Joyce Kingsley to join Dr. Joseph Anand to present the gift to our guest of honor. Yeah. Yes. This is a gift bundle of books that we have just launched, sir. So your wish has come true. Now you have to read the books. Yes. Yes, and we really hope that you like it. Yes. Wow, it's really a hamper. I hope you like it. Thank you. Please take a seat. Yes, thank you. Okay, now is the segment that maybe many of you are looking forward to, and that's interacting with our author today. We don't have a lot of time. Being Singaporeans, we are very time efficient, but we have time for 2 questions. But Dr. Joseph will not run away. Afterwards, we are going to have tea with him and you can ask him all the questions you want, okay? So, just 2 questions for now. Can I invite Dr. Joseph, please? Would you want to speak from here? Or
I can be here.
is it?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Okay. Before you ask the questions, maybe you think about the question. So I was sharing with the guest of honor. I started writing the different series books actually. Emotional intelligence, the EQ advantage of human beings in the AI era. That publisher was a bit slower than the other one. So P series, 5 sets of books were published first. The balance 6 books, making the 11 books of series, are all available now. But later they will announce at the launch, we are giving at a special promo price of the 5 books. The printed copies are available, but you can also pre-order for all the 11. You can buy 5 and order 6, or order all 11. It's up to you. The EQ series books are there. One set is there to browse. We can also take pre-orders. Sorry, any question? Yeah. Good afternoon.
Bring awareness for all human to have awareness about what is humanity. I think this is a very good series of books that everyone should read and to apply it into your lifelong journey. I'm not a scholar or psychology. I'm just very commoner, but I felt that humanity is what we lack in our human society, although we are human. And people keep trying to improve in technology. They invented a lot of things like Internet of Things, good to improve the society with technology. But a lot of times, human beings forget about humanity is more important than technology.
Yeah.
I think this is the saddest part. And my question is, after the AI is improve and implement in our society and world? Is it when AI can take over more jobs and become a human being? The next step, what human being can do is it will come back to humanity. So that sorry. So I was impressed. But good, Dr. Joseph said, we will teach you all were not taught how to handle struggle, how to be more resilient. And over time we see a lot of life sacrifice because of poverty, a lot of people suicide, or they become mental health. So I think this is very significant proof that not only can save humans' life, but also everyone will be paying attention to, everyone will be caring about this pandemic. If my vocab can't express what I intend to express, because I'm not a scholar, I'm not a psychologist. This is just what I want to express from my heart. Whether we can help more people to learn to be more resilient, to know how to face or handle struggle, so that they won't walk into the path of suicide or mental health. Since Singapore is very well in their education, I noticed that a lot of universities and psychologists and social studies courses, but we don't have courses or education in this sector in our primary or secondary.
It's okay. It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. Please continue.
I don't know for Singapore. Singapore is number one in many world. Will Singapore educators think of they will be also the number one country to implement humanity education in their primary and secondary school before they enter university to study psychology or social science. Instead of they know nothing about humanity and suddenly they just take a course in university about humanity or psychology.
Thank you.
So I hope
You keep saying you're not a scholar. The way you have expressed your emotions, please give a big round of applause. I think you are such a brave soul. Many of us here maybe wanted to ask the same question, but you came out to ask the question. I think you deserve another round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. I think her sharing really resonates probably with most of us, and there are some policy questions which I will leave the MP to answer. But in terms, from my perspective, I think sorry, your name again, please. Your name again, sorry?
You can call me May.
May. And the May sharing, I think one of the main reasons I was sharing with others earlier is about exactly what she's talking about. I mentioned in my speech as well, we tend to focus on performance, outwardly things, not really helping youngsters to understand what emotions are all about. MP also touched emotional intelligence. In fact, one of my awareness speech was also about that. How we actually understand our emotions and others' emotions. Emotional intelligence is all about being smart with our emotions. We are all beings of emotion, and most of the time we tend to believe we are logical. Most of the major decisions, you go back to your life, whether it's marrying someone or making a big financial decision, even after doing a lot of analysis, ROIs and this and that, ultimately, how will you decide? Based on what you feel. And most of the time, later on, you go and change the Excel and suit what you have chosen. So we are all emotional beings, not really actually logical. So emotions drive people. Why some people can wake up at 4 o'clock and go for a jog? Because they attach that value, that emotionally they are connected. So emotional intelligence is something we need to actually bring into curriculum. That's one of my main objectives. End of the day, the 4th book in the EQ series is that. It's like a companion book where you have certain challenges you can go back to refer. All my books are written in a way it's like a practical guide. You can do some assessment of where you are, for example, in terms of purpose. You have a set of questions which will lead you to write out your own purpose. So it's written as a companion book with a lot of insights into practical way of learning. I hope you all find it good. We can take one more. MP would like to. No. Yeah. Okay.
Good afternoon. Here, on your left.
Yeah.
My name is Ranjit Kumar, and hearty congratulations. And I'm also from the oil and gas industry. I'm a naval architect. I've done 25 or more shipbuildings, and also I'm an author as well. So it is really proud to see a pioneer like you who is writing such book. I quickly went through one book in which, as a naval architect during my ship design and construction, it was a smooth sailing. But when we start handling EPC, larger projects, run your own business, you go through a lot of stuff. When I flip the page, the page which came across is, you will get an email and you get stressed out, right? If you end up in a wrong email, you get stressed out, you need to control it. On the topic pause. So, since you have been handling like millions of dollars in business and responsibilities, how do you quickly handle your stress if you suddenly face it? And the second question is, are you planning to do a handbook on this so that it is easy for everyone to take around and just go through, or are you planning to do any workshops on this?
Okay, you have many questions in one question. Okay, first of all, as I clarified, all my books are written as practical guide. They are not theories. You can flip to a particular paragraph or a chapter based on what you are looking for as an answer. Mostly not as an answer, but questions you ask yourselves to get clarity. Most of the time, even in coaching, you find the basic principle of coaching is the answer lies with actually the coachee. You ask questions in a way they find answers themselves. And most of my books, in fact, all of my books are written as a guide, as a companion type of book. So handbook is already there. The books are written as a handbook. You asked another question about stress. In simple terms, what is stress? When you're facing a situation, you are not equipped, either yourselves, with resources or experience to face that challenge. That is where the stress comes, right? And it happens all the time. We are not geared to answer or be prepared to face any situation, all the situations. So first thing is understanding that you're getting stressed, right? Most of the time, when you're getting stressed, you will have physiological changes. Yeah? What do you actually experience when you face stress? Your heart starts beating faster. You start sweating. These are all fundamental evolutionary baggage. Like Mr. Vikram Nair mentioned, if you did not have anger or fear, for example, your forefathers would have been eaten by an animal. The fear triggers certain action in your brain, and brain sends signals to glands to release chemicals into your bloodstream, so you get energized. You will feel the muscles are getting prepared, your leg muscles, the arms are getting prepared. Let's say your forefather went for hunting. There was an animal. If the animal is small and you have a weapon, you will fight the animal, kill the animal. The animal is too big and your weapons are small, what do? You run. It's called fight or flight response, right? This I call it evolutionary baggage. We don't have lions or tigers every day, but we may perceive someone as a lion or tiger. Maybe you look at your spouse, you think like a tiger. Yeah? Then what do? You cannot run away because door is locked. Right? So what do? What do? Surrender. I think that's suitable for men. What about women? What the point is, in modern life, what happens because of our evolutionary baggage, the perceived fear, like you think of meeting your boss or giving a speech or going for an interview, the fear response is the same as that happened 10,000, 100,000 years ago, when you actually face a real fear, danger, right? So the perceived fear, you are in the constant state of fear. What happens? All the hormones and enzymes, all these are getting flooded. Dr. Sundardas is here. I shouldn't be saying all this. He's an expert here. So what I'm saying is, all this evolutionary baggage, the brain doesn't distinguish between the real fear or a perceived fear, right? So what happens is, when you are emotionally intelligent, you can train yourselves to identify what triggers you, right? When you identify what triggers you, then you can address it, not react, but respond. So it's something called amygdala hijack. Amygdala is a small gland in the brain that is like a security guard, right? When all the senses, we have 5 senses, 5 senses send signals through our nervous system, through spinal cord, to the limbic system, first through the reptilian brain and goes to the limbic system. So what it does is, this is a danger. So there is some danger. Brain's main purpose is to protect you, right? What it does, it doesn't differentiate whether it's real or fake. It says, let's shut down. All the red lights, boom, all the red lights go off. It shuts down the communication to your prefrontal cortex. This is a logical brain. That means it hijacks you. How many times have you felt, after you've said something or did something, later within few seconds you said, what was I thinking? Because you were not thinking. You were not thinking. Later you'll realize that is called amygdala hijack. That means the amygdala has hijacked you and you do something, say something which you later regret. Yeah? Hope that answers the question. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Joseph Anand. Thank you. Please
Thank
take a seat. We've come to the end of the Q&A session. So for those of you who are keen to get the book, we have a special price for you. Individually, they are priced at $25. And a bundle of 5 books is $100. And of course, you get the chance to have Dr. Anand to sign the books for you today. And the good news is the balance of the 6 books are just published and available on Amazon as well. And the offer is extended to all the 11 books. You can order them for delivery over the counter. So you bring home the 5 and you get the other 6 delivered to your home. Okay, and lastly, we need a group picture for this memorable occasion.
1, 2, and 3!
This is Book Launch!